Hi everybody, Melissa here from CloudMom.com, answering a question today from a viewer. Tashira is writing in on Facebook, and here's her question. How do you put your kids down for nap time? My son usually eats to sleep or he uses me as a pacifier. I'm going to try to take your advice on a routine. I'm really trying to do it, but he's just not falling asleep. All right, this is a great question. I love questions about babies. I love questions about sleeping. I love questions about naps. I got a lot of things to say here, so I'm going to try to be efficient with it. And I have my notes. Okay. So, naps, Tashira, in my view, are tricky. It's sort of a they get used to what they get kind of thing. And some people sort of are of the view that they're living their life, they're out in the supermarket, they're out for lunch, and you know what? The baby's going to sort of fit into their schedule, and so be it. And those kids tend to be quite flexible. I call this the go with the flow route. Those kids might nap, at a friend's house. They might nap in the stroller. They might take a later nap when they're home. It all sort of works out like that. Now, that is one way to go. That was not my way. My way was the Melissa, aka control freak way, which if you watch some of my videos and read some of my schedules, you'll see that this isn't how I did it. I followed an incredibly strict and very regimented sleeping and nap routine. This worked best for me and for my personality. I would have a sense of when the baby was waking up. I would feed the baby, try to make sure the baby was full. I would then have the sort of playtime with the baby, or they would be in the bouncy seat, and within a certain period of time, I would put that baby down in his or her crib for a nap. And when I gave the nap, it wasn't a sort of like, oh, they're here, they're there, they're in the living room, or they're, sleeping in the pack and play in my room. No, they were in their crib, in their room, with the blackout shades. I was emulating the night. This is very controversial. Some people think that when it's daytime, babies and kids should know that it's daytime and they should learn how to sleep in that light. I think that's a great thing to do. I was too scared. I needed that nap time. I needed that uninterrupted break so that I could nap, so that I could be with my other kids, so that I could get my life in order. So I just went, hook, line, and sinker for the night during the day thing, and their rooms were, tightly sealed from light, and they never would have known whether it was day or night. And my kids were actually great nappers, but not flexible nappers. When I would go visit friends, and you guys know I'm a little crazy, I would go with my blackout shades and my blue tape or with garbage bags, and I would put them up in the windows. And I remember visiting my husband's best friend, Johnny, at his beach house, and nap time was over and he was there in the room stripping down the garbage bags from their lovely windows. I mean, it's a little extreme, but when you got a lot of kids, when you had 5 kids in 6 years, you need that nap time. So guess what? Do what works for you. So anyway, that's just a little bit about sort of being the flexible napping type or being the rigid napping type. What are some of the pros and cons of each? Let me see if I missed anything. Okay. So, all right. So listen, I have a lot of schedules up on my site for most of the ages of young babies. Please take a look at those. Let me know if they are helpful for you. They include nap schedules. It's sort of feeding, napping, and then nighttime sleeping. The schedule is a whole 24-hour cycle. I hope it's helpful. These are the schedules that I followed. They really, really worked for me. They helped me get sort of a stability to my life, made me feel a little more in control, gave me the rest that I needed to get through, and it was very helpful. It's a certain particular style, but it was my style. So I hope these help you. Thank you so much for writing in. I really, really appreciate it. Best of luck with your baby, and see you next time on CloudMom.